Hey guys, welcome back to Brian's Mysteries and Adventures on Trail, and today's video is going to be a little different simply because I'm covering two missing persons cases, mainly because the most recent one, the news just broke about it and there's very little information, but I wanted to get it out there because he's only been missing for a few days. One of the guys that I met this summer that works with SAR just sent me this morning, and a man by the name of Joel Thomazin. He's 31 years old, 5 foot 10 inches tall. He's got buzzed cut hair. It's brown colored. He's in the Army Reserve. He was supposedly taking a hike from the Hetch Hetchy to Lake Eleanor, and he started his hike on Monday, September 6th of 2021, and he was supposed to be back at the latest by September 9th of 2021. Now, it's unknown what route he exactly took or if he got off trail, but in any event, he was last seen wearing a Kelty brand yellow and gray backpack, green sleeping bag, bright red inflatable kayak, a blue and green colored hammock, and tan and blue zip-off pants. And he was apparently an experienced outdoorsman, liked to hike, kayak, fish, all that kind of thing. And really, this is all the information that we have. The authorities are asking that if anyone was in the Miguel Meadow area or Lake Eleanor or in and around the Hetch Hetchy area of Yosemite National Park since Monday, September 6th, to please contact Yosemite Search and Rescue at 209-238-7046. Now, I'm not sure how bad the fires in and around the area are. I know when I left California, they were just horrible, so I'm sure the smoke is still pretty bad. But again, this guy's name is Joel Thomason, and he's 31 years old, and he was only supposed to be out for a few days in Yosemite National Park. He was due back on the 9th, so just a couple days ago, so it's quite plausible that he's still out there just trying to find a way out. So please, if anyone's going to be in Yosemite National Park or in and around the area, please be on the lookout for this man. I'll have more information in the description as well as more details and the phone number again to call. I will, of course, keep you guys updated as more information becomes available, or if we have any further news, or if he's found anything, I will keep you updated in the next video. Alright guys, so let's get into the next case, and that is the disappearance of James Pruitt. And James Pruitt disappeared in Rocky Mountain National Park. Obviously, Rocky Mountain National Park is here in the United States, in the state of Colorado. It's sort of right in the middle of the state, at the very northern part. It consists of over 260,000 acres and adjoins over 253,000 acres of United States forest lands. It's filled with various canyons, tons of different trees, bears, elk, creeks, mountains as high as 14,000 feet. And back on February 28th of 2019, Mr. Pruitt, who is 70 years old at the time, he is a white male, 5 foot 6 inches tall, 150 pounds, blue eyes, brown hair which is graying, believed to have been wearing a dark blue jacket, red-orange beanie-style hat, blue jeans, carrying a small camera bag with a Nikon Coolpix 900 camera. And he went missing. He was last heard from on February 28th of 2019. Mr. Pruitt was from Etowah, Tennessee, and after a vehicle was found parked at the Glacier Gorge Trailhead, the rangers called his family on March 3rd and asked if it was his, and they confirmed that it was, and they confirmed that they had not heard from him since February 28th at around 10 a.m. in the morning, and unfortunately they were unaware of his destination or his planned destination. And unfortunately, apparently in and around this area where the Glacier Gorge Trailhead is, there's a bunch of different trails that intersect, and without knowing which direction he was going, it was extremely hard. However, they did begin their search, but unfortunately they were hampered by even more unfortunate events. There was more than 2 feet of snow that accumulated between Thursday, the February 28th when he went missing, and Sunday, March 3rd. Now, as I'm sure all of you know, it's already hard for search and rescue to find clues, and now it was basically impossible. Now, these are some pictures from the actual search. You can see this SAR guy using snowshoes, and I mean, if there was any clues, that they probably would have been buried, unless, James was still out and about. Look at this, the snow got so deep, it was literally waist deep. Now, can you imagine trying to trudge through that? It slows your pace till, it is so difficult when you're trudging through snow that deep. And unfortunately, the search efforts took place between March 3rd through March 9th. But as you can see, I mean, these are pictures from the actual time and search efforts, and the snow just got so deep. They were able to search an area of about 15 square miles that included the Glacier Gorge drainage and the Vale drainage, Glacier Creek drainage. Searchers also concentrated efforts in the heavily forested areas in and around Bear Lake and the Glacier Gorge Trail area, of course. But pretty much outside certain areas, they were constantly in chest deep snow. And I give these guys so much credit, because I don't know if you've ever been in that kind of snow where you're in that deep snow. It is just beyond exhausting trying to trudge through it, nonetheless trying to search and do actual work through it. I mean, these guys are just amazing. Assisting teams were the Larimer County Search and Rescue, Rocky Mountain Rescue based out of Boulder County, Diamond Peak Ski Patrol, Douglas County Search and Rescue, Alpine Rescue Team, Larimer Search and Rescue, Search Dogs of the United States, Colorado Search and Rescue Association. So quite a few teams were involved in this search, and they are amazing. And I think it's important that we recognize and realize that this is all basically volunteer, and these guys just work so hard. On Tuesday, March 5th, the state of Colorado brought in a multi-mission aircraft, and they did fixed-wing aero reconnaissance over Sky Pond, Lake Hayaha, Flat Top Mountain, and a few other areas in the region. However, unfortunately, even with this added effort from the skies, they were unable to find any clues and any sign of James. And honestly, with that amount of snow and the ruggedness of the terrain, it's not surprising. I mean, it's sad, but it's just, unfortunately, there was a lot of things working against him in this particular case. Unfortunately for James, due to the crazy weather and the danger that was then facing the search and rescue members, and the fact that they had been giving it a great effort and they just weren't coming up with anything, the search was suspended right around the middle of March. However, it was resumed again at the beginning of October and was worked by about 50 search and rescue, and they focused on various places off trail and again around Glacier Gorge drainage, above Jewel Lake, Prospect Canyon, and then more grid searches were conducted by 5 other teams through various timber and all kinds of downed trees and streams. I mean, they really put a lot of effort into this search. Even before the official search started back up during that summer between March and October, various smaller teams searched various segments of the park. But unfortunately, in the summertime, parks are just so heavily populated with, tourist visitors, and that goes on for, roughly 4 months. And according to the, parks guys that were working on this in Rocky Mountain National Park, it's just so hard to get anything done when you have millions of people all over the place. And I understand that. And basically they eventually they had this meeting with all the different various search groups, and they just came to the conclusion that they had to call it off. They hadn't found any of his belongings. They found no clues. This video surveillance taken at the Safeway on that Thursday, February 28th, was the last time he was seen alive. So it is presumed that he either passed away somewhere in the park, or, it's possible that he never went back into the park. There's always these kinds of possibilities. It's really hard to say. But either way, I'm sure the family is desperate for answers. You can sort of start to move on, but really when you don't have any answers, or you don't you can't give the person a proper burial if they have passed, it's very hard to move on fully. Now, if you have any information regarding this case, you can call 888-653-0009. That's the tip line for the National Park Service, or you can call the Rocky Mountain National Park Service at 970-586-1204. Based on a statement made by the Parks Director at the end of 2019 and then again in early 2020, before all this COVID stuff happened, there are currently no active searches looking for James Pruitt. So hopefully, somebody will find something and he will be able to be reunited with his family one way or another. And Joel Thomason has only been missing for a few days, so we have a really good chance at finding him. So once again, please, if anyone has information, please call 209-238-7046. Joel was last known to be going into Hetch Hetchy on September 6th and was due back on September 9th. Searches have just gotten underway for Joel, and hopefully we can help bring him home safely soon. My thoughts and prayers go out to both these families and everyone who knows them and all the searchers that have worked so hard and are working so hard to bring them home. And of course, I want to thank everybody for watching, as always. And please be respectful in the comments if you choose to leave them. I do appreciate all feedback as long as it's done in a polite way, constructive, positive, whatever. Thank you to co.ag for providing the background music. So a bunch of people have asked me about merch for the channel, like merchandise. So I wanted to get some ideas and suggestions from you guys. If you want to email me some thoughts and ideas or some sketches that you have. And I'm an artist too, so I'll work some things up. And then what I thought we could do, we could narrow it down to like 3 or 4 and then take a vote on the channel with one of those poll things. And we could start out with like t-shirts, maybe hoodies, whatever you guys want. But I've never done anything like that before, so I think it'll be fun. And I just want to get your feedback and suggestions. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Take care.